Hello traders and welcome to the Alpha Drop on the Anchor strategy. In this video that will hopefully be under 10 minutes, you will learn how to apply this to coins that are a little bit more risky, like the coin you're looking at now, and coins that are a lot less risky, like Tether and Bitcoin. Alright, let's begin. What is the Anchor strategy? The Anchor strategy is when you go to dual investment on Pionex. I use Pionex because they have the highest APR, but you can use any platform you'd like, but I think this is probably your best bet. They have a whole range of products you can use for doing this. Now, the way that the Anchor strategy runs is, let's say that I do this one right here. What does this mean? Well, what this means is that if I give any amount of WLD, let's say I give 1,000, what's going to end up happening? Well, if the price of WLD at settlement is below 2.3, I get back 4 WLD in profit. If it is above, I make about a $10 return. Now, this is not a massive return, but if we look at the ROI, it is a guaranteed, or that one was a guaranteed 0.45%. But it all depends on market volatility, of course. So there's two ways you can do this. Let's say we want to do WLD. There's two ways you can do this. The first one is you click Invest WLD if you own the token. But if you don't, you can also do this, something like Buy WLD. As you can see here, it's a similar page, but this is where you invest USDT. The payouts are the exact same. It's the same kind of concept. If WLD is, below, then you get the token, and if it is above, you get USDT. Okay, now you understand how dual investment works. Let's put this into a strategy. So the average payout for this coin, because it has a lot more volatility, is about 0.5% a day. Got it? So if this is paying out about 0.5% a day, how can we make money on that with no really massive downside, no chance of liquidation? Well, what you would do is you'd first probably want to start off by, let's say you bought the token at its inception, right here. You bought WLD, and now, you don't really know what's going to happen, but you're like, this is, there's decent amount of volatility. And then let's say that you put it a dual investment at 2.3. Now, what that means is that you click Invest WLD, and you would invest it at, well, here it says 2.32, but you would invest it at 2.3 for our example here. You'd invest it, and you get about a 0.5% return every single day. So that's pretty nice. So if you do that, let's say that you invest your WLD, and then let's say, I'm going to put out some text here just to make everything as crystal clear as possible. Let's go to, where is the text section? Where's the text? Where did TradingView put it? Come on. Oh, perfect. Here we go. So let's say that you do this, and then on the first day, WLD on the 25th settles, this settlement happens at 4 in the morning. WLD sells below. So this means you just made plus 5 WLD per 1,000. Awesome. So you just made plus 5 WLD right there. Now, you are technically down money because the price of WLD is lower, but the good news is that you can use dual investment to just keep using the 2.3 as an anchor. Now, what I mean as an anchor is if we saw what happened here, we invested WLD and we got back more WLD, but now the price is a bit lower. But what we want to do is we want to continue to use 2.3 as an anchor. So what you would do is you invest WLD and then put in this one right here, 2.3 again. Now let's say that something a little bit different happens this time, and something actually a little bit different happened here. So settlement happens at 4 in the morning on Eastern time, and price actually settled above 2.3. Well, what does that mean? Well, that means that you're not just going to receive, WLD back in return. You're actually going to receive a USDT profit. So your ending will be in USDT. So let's say from this that you made, let's say on your 1,000 WLD, you made an extra 20 bucks. So it sold off at 2.3, and then it made you another 20 bucks. So now what do we have? Well, we have probably about 23.30, I would say, USDT. Now, what do? We have USDT. Well, if you are still interested in this coin, what you would do is you would take this 23.30. You're going to go to Invest USDT. You're then going to go to Buy WLD, and then after that, you're going to, boom, 2.3. Again, we're using the same strike price every single time. and then you're going to click details and you're going to invest in that. We use the same strike price every single time. Okay, that's the whole crux of the strategy. And then you can see again on the 27th, it expired below 2.3, and you would get even more WLD. So we can put that in again. You would get another plus 5 WLD per 1,000 right here at the next settlement on the 27th. Now, what you're probably wondering is, can't you just do this forever? Yes, you can, but there are some things you do have to think about with the anchor strategy. This is a really good strategy when the price just isn't going anywhere. But let's talk about downside. And to talk about downside, let me go to the 1 hour. I'm going to get rid of all these drawings, and let's do some simulations. There's two quote-unquote kind of bad things that can happen. Not really, really bad, but it can happen. First one is a bit worse. Imagine the price of WLD just goes down to like here. Let's say, okay, well, that's not helpful. Let's say that WLD just goes down to like 1.8, 1.9. Has a very, very steep drop, 1.9. Well, what you're going to do is you are actually going to still use 2.3 as an anchor. This is super important, guys. You don't want to lower your dual investment price. Now, what I mean by that is if the price of WLD goes down to 1.9, what you still want to do is you still want to then go here. You're going to have WLD, of course, and you still want to get the 2.3 target price. Now, you would probably have to scroll down all the way like down to here, whatever, but you still want to invest WLD at that price. Now, what this does is it ensures that you technically don't lose any money USDT-wise. What do I mean that? How do I mean that? Well, if you never sell lower than 2.3, you technically will never lose money. The only issue is if this coin really devalues, you could lose a lot of money, but if you believe in the coin, then that probably won't be an issue. Speaking of believing in the coin, let's go over a much simpler example of just ETH BTC. There's two ways you can trade this token. You can either do investing Ethereum to get Bitcoin, or you can invest Bitcoin to get Ethereum. Okay, let's go over the example right here. So let's say that I want to use, let's go look at the price of this, and then let's go find a good anchor. So I think that, around 6364 is probably good. So I feel comfortable just continually investing 6364, for a very, very long time and using that as my anchor. Okay. When I say this is my anchor, that means that I'm never really going to invest anywhere outside of 63 to 64. Okay. So let me do that right here. So 636, the payout's not great because ETH BTC is not as volatile as, WorldCoin. But you can see here, I can invest that and, boom. And there you go. So really what the strategy is here is as long as Ethereum BTC just, you just keep investing here, you're probably going to continue to make money. Now, probably the most common way you guys will be using this is just the Bitcoin USDT, which is fine, but I can show you what I've been doing here. So I have made a fair amount of money with the anchor strategy, as you can see right here, just continually investing in around the, 29,000 and below range. That's really been my anchor. So if we go to Bitcoin right here, what I've been doing is, well, I haven't been doing it as consistently here, but had you been running the anchor strategy at, let's say, a strike price of 3,500 or 30,000, you would have made a lot of money. Now, what I mean by that is, let's say we had one Bitcoin. We invested one Bitcoin to be a dual investment sell at 30,000, which is allowed right here. So if we do that, you can see it's right here, 30,000. We would earn an APR. Now, again, if the price of Bitcoin were to settle above 30,000, what would we do? We would have USDT. We would just simply put that USDT in to buy Bitcoin back below 30,000, guaranteeing us a profit. And you would just keep doing that until you get filled and until you get Bitcoin back. Now, if Bitcoin falls, you would still just keep investing at 30,000, using that as an anchor. Okay. Now, again, the anchor strategy performs best when price doesn't move too much. But when price does move much, yes, you can lose money. But essentially, what you're doing is you're going to be earning a lower interest rate, but you will be accruing interest, even though the interest will be a lot less. But this basically ensures that you'll never sell at a losing price, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'm actually going to do it here. I'm going to continue using my anchor of about I've been using an anchor of the 28,000s range. You can use a range as your anchor, or you could just use, you know, a single price. For me, I'm just going to use 28,750. Doesn't have a, you know, great APR, but I have a quite a large account, so I'll just use that as an example right there. So the final thing that I did need to mention is there is a way that you can actually automate an anchor type of strategy by using one of these. So what you could do is, I believe it is the flying wheel strategy. If you were to create the bot right here, you would say, hey, I want to buy Bitcoin. I only want to buy it at 28,000. And here you go. You could do it this way by, like, you know, buy here, and then you would put in the auto reinvest right here to, you know, I'd probably want to put that to no more than 3 days. Put that at 10, and, you know, there you go. You would be able to do it there. Okay, so that is basically the anchor strategy. It's really a pretty simple strategy that can work very, very well, especially in coins that are very volatile, like WorldCoin. You can make a fair amount of money that way. You can also do it on coins that are quote-unquote more trustworthy, like Bitcoin and Tether and Ethereum, but the APRs are going to be a lot smaller. So how you use this strategy is up to you, but just know the principal thinking in the anchor strategy is you do not move your anchor range, you do not move your anchor price. Now guys, I'm going to say that one last time. If you're using 2.3 as an anchor, and we currently own WLD, you need to put this at 2.3. You need to use this one and earn, 0.4% is a pretty fat return for a one-day investment. That's a very good return. You be doing that one right there. Okay, and if, let's say, the price of WorldCoin is like way above 2.3, you just still keep doing the one at 2.3. Okay, that is the anchor strategy. It's a really good way to build passive income, whether you are bag holding and the coin's not really moving in your favor, or you're just looking for some extra USDT. The anchor strategy is a really good way to just continually invest and to guarantee realized profit every single time. Sometimes you're going to have some unrealized drawdown, but realized, you're going to have profit. Okay, that's going to do it for today's strategy for the Alpha Drop. If you guys have any other questions on aggressive anchoring or, you know, less aggressive anchoring with Bitcoin, do let me know. There are a lot of different things you can do with this, but this is a super simple way that you can continue to make money. I really like it, and I think you will too. With that, happy trading, and I'll see you guys soon.